And this plays a big role in learning and memory, and it really helps us sort what we care about and what we don't care about. Now, THC is a little different, isn't it? Because it's not synthesized and released when we have great experiences. We just smoke it in a bong or a high-potency joint, and it goes all over the brain, and interacts in all those black spots. So in other words, everything is bacon, which is a lot of fun, I think. I loved that everything was much more rich and meaningful. And even a tedious day at work could be interesting. Of course, the brain doesn't like it this way, because then you really can't tell when something important happens. So it compensates. And the way it does is illustrated in this picture of, again, rat brains. On the left, your left is a rat that has had no THC or THC-like analog. And on the right is a brain, all the way on the right, that had a high dose for about 14 days. And I bet that my brain, when I stopped smoking, looked a lot like the one on the right. And what it felt like to me was that nothing was really interesting. Nothing was motivating, nothing was really worthwhile, time with my family, my aspirations, not so important anymore. The only way, in fact, that I could find anything worth doing was to be completely stoned. This happens to people who smoke a lot of weed. You can see in the green all the areas that there's these interaction sites are lost in regular smokers. And if this is occurring during development, when meaning is so important, we're supposed to be trying new things and figuring out who we are, then the cortex is organized differently. Those effects in blue are probably permanent. And they lead to a kind of a different way of processing information. One important thing about the way we process information if we smoke a lot of weed is that what we used to find rewarding and pleasurable is no longer that important. So back to our model. It's fun to get high, acute with occasional use, but if you do it regularly, your brain is going to adapt, getting rid of those interaction sites, so that now you're not really high. And when the weed goes away, there's a lot of despair. Substance abuse is the #1 killer for people under 50. And if we take addictive drugs on a regular basis, they cause feeling states exactly opposite to the ones we want to have. When I started smoking weed, I loved how it made everything interesting and fun. By the time I quit smoking, nothing was interesting and nothing was fun.
Does someone you love suffer from drug addiction? Accidental drug overdoses are the #1 cause of unnatural deaths. Don't wait until it's too late. Call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-648-6734. A caring addiction specialist is awaiting your call.